This is Kicker newspaper in Germany saying champion dawning. Obviously, all the fallout continues to Bayern Munich getting thrashed by Bayer Leverkusen, the leaders in Germany right now. And after that game, Thomas Müller had this to say. He said, there are, of course, some symptoms on the pitch. To be honest, I'm pissed off. To quote Oliver Kahn, what I miss from us players are the balls in the game. We are showing significantly better approaches in training. It's okay to feel pressure, but there needs to be energy and freedom. That's missing in our game. Sometimes we have to speak about us players. It's not just about the coach. We have many international players at the highest level. We need to step up our game. Well, he's been pretty outspoken here, but he's not wrong,
Have you
is
seen
he?
his interview? I can't remember. I don't know if he gave more than one interview where he lost. He went on some massive rant in German. I watched it. I know, obviously, I had no idea what he was saying.
This was part of it.
Yeah, but I knew it wasn't complimentary. And he was like, and it was absolutely brilliant in the sense that, you know, I don't know how exactly he was having a pop at him, but in its totality, but the passion in there and that kind of like, look, I don't know. Things have gone backwards. Julian Nagelsmann was at the game. He must be sitting thinking, would it have been like this if I had still been in charge? And I'm not saying Nagelsmann's the second coming of Guardiola or Klopp or any of those, but have they really got better? And they'll say, well, we won the title last year. Listen, Borussia Dortmund stuck their head in the sand and said, here's the title. They chucked it away right at the end. Bayern didn't really win it. He gets South Korean Kim. He wanted a good defender. He got the best defender in Italy last year. He wanted a striker. They broke the club transfer record. Eric Dyer was 5th or 6th choice at Tottenham. Yeah. I'm not blaming Eric Dyer for the weekend. I'm not blaming him because he goes to a back three when he hasn't played a back three all season, to my knowledge. He plays a back four. That's telling me straight away he's panicking. He's worried about what Leverkusen are going to do. He's more worried about what they're going to do than what his team's going to do. He brings Eric Dyer in. Ben Davies was playing before him. Emerson Royale was playing before him. Anybody who could defend was playing before Eric Dyer. And yet, he's seen as somebody that can come in and help take them to a title, ahead of even, Matthias de Ligt is left out, so his days are numbered. In the midfield, Goretzka plays with Pavlovic. He clearly doesn't fancy Kimmich, who has had a shoulder injury, but he doesn't fancy him. He doesn't even fancy Goretzka, because he was out the team. So what is he? Yeah. What is it that this guy wants? He wanted the striker, he got one of the best for a club record. He wanted a defender, he got one of the best. Are you telling me that he's not going to win the league because he didn't get Paulinho from Fulham? Is that really what we're saying? Because that's kind of what he was saying. At this moment in time, Thomas Tuchel's days at Bayern Munich are numbered. It's only going to take one more catastrophic defeat, whether it be Champions League or the league, and they're going to out him. And he's going to have nobody to blame but himself. Nobody to blame.
And they're saying he won't. They're saying they won't at the moment. They're saying
it's Rummenigge and it's Ole Hoeneß. They wake up, they open the curtains and go, today's a sacking day. We're Bayern Munich. I wouldn't buy into that.
What about you, Frank? What are you nodding along there?
You know what? When I watched that game and I watched that Bayern Munich this season, I say there is something missing, and we talked about that with Real Madrid and with Arsenal before. We are talking about the spirit. I can see some prima donnas in that team. The coach doesn't really know what he has to do. I think he didn't get that some players like Müller, like Kimmich, are warriors, and they think, and they have that spirit that Bayern definitely needs. So yes, Müller might be a little bit too old to play all games, but I think he can be crucial at a certain point. But Kimmich in the middle of the park has been the warrior, the example of that team and that club. I don't even understand why he's not playing, and you not tell me that he lost all his talent. So I don't understand what's going on right now. I don't understand why they're doing right now, but something is missing, and I don't think they're going to catch it before the end of the season, because, yeah, it's possible they're going to come back, But Bayer Leverkusen, come on. We are talking a team who has been undefeated, who played a fantastic game, who exactly knows what they have to do, and have that spirit, which is crucial.
Undefeated in 31 games in all competitions this season. What do you make of it all, Mario?
We highlighted teams and individuals, right? This is definitely a team and playing against an individual side. Like Munich, when you look at Bayern, is more individuals. But if you look at Frimpong didn't start the game because he came on after. But if you highlight the two, Grimaldo and Frimpong, like just looking at them, what they bring to that team. And Mascherano, maybe also because I know him from his Ajax days, so that's why it's easier. And Boy that they just bought. But those guys, what they bring to, the wing backs, what they bring, for Leverkusen is incredible. The speed and the power that they have, and the endurance of always keeping going on as a fullback. I've played that position, and people can say to you, the thinking wise, sometimes you're a fourth defender, and sometimes you are part of the attacking side. So you have to be one of the fittest guys in the team. And I feel like he has built a team, like Alonso, that they understand exactly the timing, where they need to be. Where do you need to be when we break out? You need to make sure that you use your pace. And on the last goal, you could see them when they bring always when you see goalkeepers coming forward in a crucial game like this, because this is number one, number two playing each other. But when a goalkeeper comes forward in a game like that, there's a kind of a little trouble at that team. Because normally, if you are a team that's in control, you don't bring your goalkeeper forward. But then Neuer comes forward, and then they hit them on the break. And then who is trying to save them from the goal? Sané. He's trying to stop them from scoring. So things like this, I think it's a bigger problem at Bayern than I think they even try to keep inside. Because if it keeps on going like that, Kane comes to your team and then trying to win a trophy, and now it does not even look like that. Because some of the cups that they, in the beginning of the season, that's the beginning, that's nothing. But then you look at the Champions League, it's a chance of winning it, that's not a big chance. The league, that's okay. We know they can push all the way to the end. So you expect Leverkusen to push all the way through. But still, it's like this club is not used to being a team that's not in control. And I think that is what's going to be a big, big question and an answer for them to fill.
It's not as easy as people think in big games just to go to a back three, because all of a sudden, the spacing between the defenders is different. How far do the wing backs push? We did it with the national team Scotland relentlessly for a decade, and it was a little dull, or a lot, but everybody knew their job. And I played on the right hand side, and there was always three defenders behind that knew their job. All of a sudden, you go into this huge game in Germany, away from home. And all of a sudden, you've got guys trying to figure out where their positioning is comparison to the other centre-back. And Frank knows a lot about that, having been a centre-back, is when you're working beside a partner, you kind of work off your partner. When you've got three back there, or one in the middle and two outside, and two wing-backs pushed on, or they tucked in, all of a sudden, it can easily get out of shape. Rather than just going there with a back four and saying, listen, we're going to swallow our pride here. Leverkusen are the best team in Germany at the moment. We're in Leverkusen. We're going to be solid early on. We're going to sit in. We're going to see what punches they're going to throw at us, and we have got a bit of pace to hit them on the counter. I think that would have been a more sensible approach, rather than going, right, I'll tell you what, this is what we've done most of the year. Let's rip it up, throw it out. Biggest game of the season. Going to go to a back three. Going to get two wing-backs in. One of them's a new signing. Yeah, that's going to work. I mean, it's head-scratching stuff, it really is.
Well, we'll see how they respond this week in the Champions League against Lazio, and we'll obviously be talking about the Champions League games on the next editions of ESPN FC. Be sure to be with us for those.